on this program are not necessarily the views of Lexington Community Radio or its board of directors. The views expressed are solely those of the programmers.
You are listening to Off the Cuff. Now, here's your host, Adam Banks.
Welcome, everybody, to Off the Cuff. I am Adam Banks, coming at you live from Lexington, Kentucky. Thank you for listening to the show, and thank you for tuning in to WLXU 93.9 LPFM Lexington. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome to the hottest talk radio show in Lexington. In addition to listening to us on the radio, you can check us out on our Facebook live stream at Off the Cuff with Adam Banks, or if you are out of the Lexington area, you can download the WLXU app on your smartphone device. Amber Turner, as always, is in the studio with me. Amber, how are you this beautiful fall October day?
You know what, Adam? This has just not been my day.
It's not been your day.
This has not been my day.
Usually when I say, how are you, you're always very positive. You say, I'm doing good. It's a good day. Why isn't it your day?
Well, you know, so first and foremost, I have organic chemistry on Thursday. So that in itself makes it sometimes a little bad. But today I had a really terrible encounter with a maniac on Interstate 75 coming back from EKU. Insanity!
Tell us about it.
So I'm driving, and you can clearly see that this dude in his beater, I'm going to call it a beater.
Not a Beamer.
Not a Beamer,
no.
He was very belligerent. He was literally, I'm not lying to you right now, he was hanging his entire body out of his window, flipping people the bird.
I hate it when people get so upset over that. Go ahead.
And then he proceeds to start throwing things at other vehicles. He's throwing water bottles, his McDonald's. I'm sure somebody around here is driving with a quarter pounder on their back windshield right now. And so I had to call 911. And I was very, very, very frantic. And I'm just not happy with the way the situation was handled.
With 911?
With 911. Like, I call and I let them know, hey, there is someone out here that is hanging out of their window, you know, throwing milkshakes at people. Yeah. Can somebody help? And they transferred me.
911 put you on hold?
Put me on hold and transferred me.
Please hold.
Please hold.
Did they put little music on in the background?
No, it was only about a 30-second, you could hear it ringing, but it was just enough, if this were a situation that a gun was being held to my head and you transfer my call, we're going to have a problem.
Oh, yeah.
So just very not happy with the way that was handled.
Yeah, I hope your day gets better. It's going to be a good show today, everybody, because we have live in studio a musical guest the second half of the show. So at 4:30, they're going to be here. BanYo from Mississippi. It's a musical group that's going to be performing at Cosmic Charlie's this Friday, and they're going to stop in the studio and chat with us, so I'm excited about that. But Amber, it's October. I absolutely love October. It's my favorite month of the year. And it's not just because Halloween is...
I was going to say, is it because Halloween?
It's a big part of it, but it's not just because of that. I just love everything about October. And last week on the show, I told you why I love the fall. The hoodies, good TV shows are back on.
Good food.
Halloween, etc. But today, specifically on Thursday, today is October the 3rd. So I have some October 3rd facts. Are you ready?
Okay.
Well, today is Neve Campbell's 45th birthday.
Okay, happy birthday, Scream Queen.
I love Neve Campbell. I would freak out if I ever met her. There's a couple people that if I met, I would geek over. Stone Cold Steve Austin's one.
Okay.
Neve Campbell's another.
Well, I have some great news for you.
Yeah.
I've been holding this, hoping and praying that I'd be able to say it on the air. She is coming to a convention that's going to be near us.
That's very, very excited. I'm excited about that.
We're gonna work on getting you some tickets.
Gwen Stefani turns 49 today. Al Sharpton turns 65. Also today, October 3rd, 2019. You know what happened in 1995 on October 3rd?
No.
1995. So how many years ago was that? Let's do the math here.
14 years ago.
Oh, was it?
24 years ago?
Yeah, something like that. Over 20 years ago.
24.
24 years ago, O.J. Simpson was found not guilty.
Oh.
Yes, that was on October 3rd, 1995. I don't know if you remember that day or not, because we were young. We were 7 years old. But that still to date is the biggest verdict ever read?
Well, I mean, as an adult, I went back and watched the trial, but, you know, when it was going on at the time, you know, like you said, we were 7 years old. I really didn't care. I just wanted to watch Barney. Like, that's all I was interested in.
24 years ago, at 10:03 a.m., the verdict was announced. Everything about that verdict is fascinating. When the juror was reading, I don't think it was the juror, it was who reads the verdict?
The bailiff.
The bailiff, when she was reading the verdict, the most famous read of all time, probably of her entire career. It was, no doubt, the most famous read of her entire career. She messed up.
Oh,
She messed up his name. She said Orenthal, and then she messed up Orenthal. She stopped and she stuttered when she said Orenthal James Simpson. Because when you go back and you read, or you watch her read the verdict for O.J.,
yeah.
She's like, we the jury find the defendant Orenthal James Simpson. Yeah, and she messes it up. I'm like, ooh, you had one job. You had one job to read that.
Well, I messed up. It's not the bailiff. It is actually the jury foreman is who gets up and reads, not the bailiff.
Okay.
This isn't Judge Judy. Well, do you have any other October 3rd facts? Because if not, I've got a trivia for you.
Do I have any more October 3rd facts? Well, I wasn't finished talking about OJ yet.
Oh, sorry.
I wasn't finished talking about OJ. Because that day in general was just fascinating because, Amber, that was the trial of the century. It lasted a year. And it only took them a couple hours after the case was over, after the jury went back to deliberate to see who was guilty, if OJ was guilty or not guilty. It only took them a couple hours to make that decision. After all those months and months and hours spent in court, it only took them a couple hours to decide if he was guilty or not guilty.
Well, you got to think they've been training for that for a whole year. It's like sitting through a class. They learned all the information they could read, and that was their final test, was to produce that verdict. So
before the verdict, President Bill Clinton was briefed on security measures if rioting occurred. Southern accent comes out sometimes. If rioting occurred, President Clinton was briefed on what to do as far as security goes if that happens, because people was expecting that for riots to break out if OJ was found guilty.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, don't you remember? Everybody was locked on the television set. They had the verdict on Times Square, on the TV at Times Square. They had it showed on every TV in Times Square. The
That's
big screen.
Insane.
Oprah Winfrey had a show during the verdict of OJ where she got the live reaction of her audience. And if you go back and you look at people's reaction of the OJ verdict, you see mixed emotions. A lot from the black people and a lot from the white people.
Yeah.
Just different raw emotions, because that case, say what you want, it was all about race. Johnny Cochran made it about race.
Yeah.
That was his whole defense. He said that the LAPD was racist against OJ, and they set him up.
Well, I mean, obviously, Johnny Cochran proved his point. I mean, to at least 12 people, he proved his point.
I was reading this. It's interesting. An estimated 100 million people worldwide watched or listened to the verdict announcement.
Wow.
Long-distance telephone call volume declined by 58%, and trading volume on the New York Stock Exchange decreased by 41%. Water usage decreased as people avoided using the bathroom to hear this verdict.
Wow.
So much work stopped that the verdict cost an estimated $480 million in lost productivity.
Wow.
Yep, 24 years ago today, folks. So yeah, lay another October 3rd fact on me.
So October the 3rd, in a very, very, very prominent teen movie, I need you to tell me the movie. A gentleman turns around and asks a beautiful redhead, what day is it? And she replies, October the 3rd.
Mean Girls.
Mean Girls.
Mean Girls. And I cheated because I saw that online today.
Dang.
I saw that online that she said.
She said.
Today's October 3rd.
People love quoting that movie.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know. Sometimes I find it very funny. Like, sometimes they do apply to real life. So.
Well, this didn't happen today. It happened on October 1st, but I want to mention it because I saw this week, on October 1st, President Jimmy Carter, turned 95 years old. And Jimmy Carter, you guys know him. He was the son of a peanut farmer, and he served as America's 39th president. He turned 95 years old. He is the oldest living former U.S. president. The oldest living U.S. president. George Bush had that title until he passed away last March, I believe, in 2018. He was 94. Now Carter is 95, the oldest living president. And he survived a dire cancer diagnosis, Amber, in 2015. And he had a hip replacement. He's had a lot of trouble since that hip replacement getting around.
Yeah.
But being 95 years old, if you don't have it all by 95, you're going to get it. You're eventually going to get everything if you live to be over 95, you're eventually going to have something.
You have to. I mean, unless you were just that one lucky person.
You're going to have at least... I think you'll get everything. If you live to be 100, you're going to get everything. Cancer, STDs even. You're just going to get it. But yeah, happy birthday, belated birthday to President Jimmy Carter. We only have a couple presidents still living.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
You know, in a sense it is, but at the same time, you know, it just lets me know time's moving forward.
Yeah.
Time's moving forward.
Yeah. I don't know. Very weird. It says on the show thread, it said nothing is playing on the air. Interesting.
What do you mean nothing's playing on the air?
It says our broadcast isn't going out on the air.
Just on the Facebook Live?
No, it says the radio. Check the app and see if anything's playing. I don't know. Sorry, folks, if you're not able to listen on the radio. That's a bummer. But anyway, happy belated birthday to Jimmy Carter. What do you get? You getting any feedback on there? Chad says, nothing is playing on the air. Wade says, complete silence. I wonder if they are censoring you all now.
It's complete silence.
Complete silence. All right, folks, we're going to try to figure out what is going on. We'll take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back right after these words.
The Prep Academy, a Head Start
Can you turn it
program,
down
is accepting
in here?
applications for newborn children up to 5 years of age for child development services.
Oh.
The Prep Academy, a Head Start program, is accepting applications for newborn children up to 5 years of age for child development services. The Prep Academy.
Did it go out again?
No, like I turned it off because why can we not hear?
What about now, guys? Is there anything going on across the air?
Prep Academy offers special services,
but we're not.
Newspaper El Mundo Bluegrass is proud to support Lexington Community Radio.
Is it still playing?
Yeah, it's playing the commercial. It's just not playing us.
Free and now have articles in English. Its mission is to unite
for migrant families. The Prep Academy, Early Childhood Excellence.
Keep it on to see if I show back up.
Mexicans, Latinos, or Americans. For publicity or
Well, can you turn it down in here? There's too much. Like, because I've got it coming here, and there.
Now my headphones ain't working.
Because there's nothing playing. There's nothing playing.
Welcome back, everybody, to Off the Cuff. Adam Banks here with you. Amber is also in the studio with me. Hopefully you are able to hear us on the radio. I have no idea what's going on. No luck, Amber? Very strange.
Keep the mic off. Keep my mic off. I'm going to get Victor.
Yeah, go get Victor. Very strange. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what I just came into was a Aaron Carter song. Aaron Carter has been in the news for apparently tattooing his face. And I'm telling you, I don't have any tattoos. It's probably hard to find people who don't have tattoos versus people that do these days. And the reason I don't have anything against people that do have tattoos. It's just the whole permanent process of it. It's just, are people able to have anything? Okay, sorry about that. We're having some technical difficulties in here trying to get things working onto the studio. But anyway, I don't have any tattoos because it's too permanent. And I have a hard time with commitment regardless of what I'm talking about or what I'm doing or the acts that I'm doing. But getting one on your face, wow, I couldn't even imagine. And that's what Aaron Carter has done. So Aaron Carter, he is tattoo artist Herschel Castro, told TMZ that the singer originally asked for the tattoo artist to cover his entire face. His entire face, Amber, with ink. Can you believe that?
Well, I've heard a couple of different things about it. I've heard who it's supposed to be, and some of the, I guess, the names that have been thrown in the pot are kind of hilarious. But the last one that I'm seeing is actually Rihanna. They're saying that he took a magazine spread that Rihanna done about 2 years ago, and that is what he got tattooed.
He got Rihanna tattooed on his face.
Well, now, I don't know, because if you want my opinion, I think he got Medusa.
Well, that's what they're saying, but didn't Rihanna dress up as Medusa in a music video?
Well, I don't know about a music video. I do know that she done a magazine, like a spread in a magazine, and she was dressed up like Medusa, so...
Okay, well, it cost $5,000 to get this done. Aaron Carter, what the heck is going on with him? He's going insane.
So, you know, we talked about OJ. You know how you were with the OJ, trial, and how you enjoyed finding all the facts. Well, Aaron Carter is just my OJ. I have been researching Aaron Carter nonstop for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Boy got some problems.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll say about a year ago, his brother is obviously very famous, Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys. He had an accusation made against him during the Me Too movement from another artist that they had, toured with. And I just don't know how it got brought back up, but Aaron took to Instagram, which is his biggest platform, and decided that he was going to just remind everybody that his brother was not a good person, and he's made all kinds of accusations. And if you want to look at it, there's obviously, a lot of information out there about it.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing happened today.
Yeah.
Aaron Carter took a dive today.
What did he do today?
Aaron Carter decided that he was going to live stream himself taking a home drug test. So you can watch him urinate into a cup. And that's why I wanted to make sure that we just save this for the live broadcast.
You can watch him urinate into
You
a cup.
can watch Aaron Carter live urinate into a cup, and you can watch him go ahead and put the lid on and shake it. And we call it on POC tests. It's, point of care, so you can do it right there.
Yeah.
So we got instant results, and then he decided he was going to go ahead and put his results out there live on Instagram, because I think Radar Online had insinuated in an article that he had lines of cocaine put out on the table. So he just wanted to make sure that everybody knew.
He likes doing everything live. Do you know when he got his face tattooed?
It was live.
It was live on Instagram. But what kind of tattoo artist does a face tattoo on somebody with that mental state?
Somebody who wanted $5,000.
Shame on him. So he's been going through a lot. Aaron Carter has. I mean, we've talked about Aaron Carter on the show before. Last year, I believe we did a podcast on Aaron Carter.
We did.
At least a big portion of the episode was dedicated to him. But remember, he went on the doctors because he was scared that he had HIV?
He did. He was scared he had HIV.
He admitted that he was bisexual and he slept with a lot of men and women. And he was afraid that he had HIV. He was just convinced that he did. Well, he got tested for HIV on the air, Amber, and got his results read to him on the air. Who goes and gets a STD check in front of the world?
Aaron Carter.
And when you expect to have, when he was like sure of it, he's like, he was so shocked when he found out he didn't have it. That's what was the scary part. When you're that shocked that you don't have it.
I respect Aaron. I do. I'm sure it was probably really hard growing up in a family with an extremely talented person in their family. Their entire family has always been subject to turmoil. Unfortunately, one of their sisters overdosed.
Yes.
So, we know drugs is very rampant in their family.
Yeah.
We've seen Nick go through the same thing. And I think that Aaron, unfortunately, has seen Nick get his life kind of back on track. Backstreet Boys are touring again. As of today, Nick Carter welcomed a little girl.
Wow.
Today, he welcomed his little girl with his wife. So he's happy. He's moved forward. He's progressed in life. And I think Aaron is just... Unfortunately, Aaron does have a mental problem. And Aaron does not want to get himself treated properly.
Did Victor get the app up and running?
I'm not sure. I think.
Okay, because it's still not working. And everybody else is saying that they still can't hear the show. Well... The podcast will be out, and if you are in the Lexington area, just turn on the radio, and you can hear it that way. Well,
are we coming across the live radio, though?
Who knows at this point? I mean, really. Who knows if the show's even getting recorded? Who knows that if there will be a podcast? I don't know. Maybe they just cut me off because this is my last day and I don't even know it yet. They just cut me off the air. That
would be absolutely amazing if this was our last. This is how we had our last two brought here.
Why are you cutting me off? Why cut me off? I don't understand. Cut me off the app, cut me off the radio. But yeah. So Aaron Carter, my God, you need to get some help, man. He said, quotes, that he has no regret. He said, I am the biggest thing in music right now. I can't be denied. Fact check me.
Well, Aaron Carter, I did fact check you, and my man, your music ain't that good no more.
Was his music ever good?
You know, I'm going to go ahead and say on record that this song plays every time I get into my car and my phone
By choice?
No, not by choice. It's like the gods telling me that I need to listen to Aaron Carter, and it is Aaron's party that plays. Every time I get in my car and I want to sync up my music.
I did like that song, That's How I Beat Shaq.
I know. We've talked about that a lot.
And that song, I Want Candy. He was the Justin Bieber of our generation.
But I ain't gonna say all that.
He was pretty big.
He was pretty big for maybe about 2 years.
Yeah, not as big as Justin Bieber. Okay.
No, maybe about 2 years. He got a good run out of it. And who knows, maybe if he would have kept his mental kind of, on the up and up, maybe he could have been big. I mean, there's no denying he had a little bit of talent, but...
Yeah.
Poor man. I hate that for him.
I have no idea. I don't know why... Let me turn on the app here and see if it's working now. No. I'm sorry, folks, that are trying to listen to the app. I don't know where the show is. That's a bummer.
I'm just surprised my husband hasn't said anything to me yet.
He never listens. That's why he's... not said anything yet.
I know. Well, I seen him log on to the Facebook Live, so I know he's doing a little something. So
sorry for those who can't listen on the app. That really bums me out that it goes down because it was working fine all day. The app works fine all day, and then when we get on the air, boom, it disappears.
I wonder what we've done.
That's unfortunate. I want to be positive and say that it wasn't Lexington Community Radio that cut me off the air. Let's just be positive and say
no, we've definitely got something wrong.
All right, let's talk about this, Amber. And I was on Midday Kentucky, as I co-host from time to time on that show. And one of the topics that we talked about, I want to talk about with the off-the-cuff audience, those who can listen. But we talked about borrowing money from friends or lending out money from friends. Don't ever let your friends borrow money or avoid it at all cost if you can. And I'm talking about large amounts of money because there's nothing good that can come out of that.
No.
One, you're probably not going to get paid back. Nearly half the people that let others borrow money, they don't get paid back. So you should just, when you pay that person that money, you should expect never to get that money back again.
Exactly. That's always my rule of thumb is I will not lend somebody something that I expect back. So if it's $5, $10, $20, yeah, over $25, don't ask me.
Yeah. It gets awkward, too, for asking for the money back.
It really does, and sometimes I genuinely don't want it back. I just want you to succeed, do better. I want you to get your one up. But there are definitely some people, perpetual people, who will be like, hey, can I borrow $20? I ain't got no gas. There was this woman that I worked with, and I hate even calling her a woman because she was very childlike. But she would always, she'd nickel and dime me to death.
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't got no money for my kids' milk. I ain't got no money for gas. And I'm like, girl, you're working just as many hours as I do. What are you doing with all your money?
Right, and when you let people borrow money, when you let people borrow it, you never know when you might get into a situation where you might need that money.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm balling on a budget, So
I'm always balling on a budget.
When I let people borrow money, it's a stretch for me too because I need that money. I've got bills too that I got to pay. But co-signing is another thing. I think there couldn't be more of a rude thing besides asking somebody to help you move. But
nah, I don't mind to help people move.
Ooh, I hate it. Don't ask me to help you move because I don't like it. But I say this not to you, but to anybody that's listening. Co-signing is also something very rude to ask somebody to do unless you're really close to them, because people will ask anybody for anything with no shame. They might know somebody for a couple days and say, "Hey, will you co-sign for me?" No, there's nothing good that comes out of co-signing for anybody. You are responsible for that note if they don't pay it back. And I will go as far as saying, don't even co-sign for your child, because you're just enabling them to make purchases they can't afford. Just be very, very particular on who you want to co-sign. What's that, Amber?
Let's take a break, Adam.
Why?
Let's take a break.
Why?
We're not coming across the radio either.
We're not coming across the radio either?
Let's take a break.
Oh my gosh. Folks, hopefully that the show's even getting broadcasted on the radio. We'll see. We'll be right back after these words. Are you serious?
Yeah, do you want to come here and talk to me?
Hold on.
Or do you want to work with Victor?
Get Victor in here.
And you're listening to WLXU 93.9 LPFM Lexington Community Radio.
Hey, man. Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Nice little cylinder.
Oh, appreciate it, man. We're having technical difficulties today. Oh my gosh. It's frustrating.
I know.
You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Working hard.
I feel that. Yeah, you are.
Yeah, trying my best.
Yes. Yeah.
Can you, when this goes off, can you hit it and just say something?
Yeah. Is he working on the radio?
We're looking at it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, apparently we're not even coming across the radio.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No. And you want to see a mad me.
We are always looking to expand our
Y'all
coverage.
cover a pretty big area, too.
Yeah, it covers pretty much the entire city. The only area that really has a hard time getting
Or anything else happening here in Lexington, you can send
coverage
any
is the
information
Nicholasville Road
to
area.
Oh.
press at
A question. Do you pronounce it BanYo or BanYo?
BanYo.
BanYo.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Off the Cuff. Adam Banks here with you. We are going to now switch over to our interview segment with the band BanYo. But before we do that, we have Off the Cuff Song of the Week. So sit down, relax, roll down them windows, get familiar with the band as they make their way into the studio, and we listen to their song right after this. What's up, guys?
What's up, bro?
How's it going?
It's all good, man.
I'm not actually sleep right in here. You are. This is my mic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. We'll share the video.
No.
I figured I'd be the special one to sit in between you all.
Oh, yeah, you're cool.
Okay,
So
so,
what's-
last bit came across, so I don't know. Hey guys, it is nice
Yes,
to meet
very
you all.
nice to meet you.
We were friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Y'all gotta
just a
have y'all
little
with
bit.
me. Howdy, man.
Nice to meet y'all again.
What's up, Adam? Good to meet you.
Man, it's all good.
I'm OCD as
Thank you.
hell, so I
Were you
know.
guys able to hear anything on the radio, or was it coming across, or anything? Did you get a chance to listen to the show at all today?
Okay. I've been ripping and running all day.
I feel you.
Well, I just got here, but I wasn't sure if I was picking up right or not. We was trying to.
Yeah, we was trying to, but it was a lot of static. We didn't pick it up that much. It
Okay.
was something like that. They was playing something like a little commercial. Something like
Yeah. Dude. What's everybody saying?
Well,
Zach says app is not working. He's in New Orleans too.
Smalley ain't sent that back yet.
All right. So there are 4 of y'all, right?
Yeah.
But you two are in the band, right?
Right.
Gotcha. Or the group band. What do you prefer, group or band?
Well, we group. I mean, everybody, we all, like, you know what I'm saying, we all do music. We all do our own thing, but the other two just can't be here.
Gotcha. Let's get this set up over here so we can get Do you guys care to be on live, on Facebook Live? Does that bother you to be put on camera?
Nah, you cool.
Okay.
Alright, we're good now.
Are we?
Yeah.
I wonder if the whole show recorded.
Yes, so we've got our audio, so even if what we missed on the radio, we do have an audio for this.
I don't want to go back and listen to that audio because it's probably horrible.
Well, we talked about Aaron Carter, so... Alright, who do you all think is on his face, Medusa or Rihanna? Aaron Carter? You got that big old tattoo on his face?
Yeah, Aaron Carter is a whack job.
No, the dude literally live streamed on Instagram today himself pissing into a cup to do a drug test.
Oh, he's snapping out.
Yeah, his...
Didn't he, like, threaten his brother or something? His brother got a restraining order?
He tagged the FBI on Instagram. I'm so sorry.
Wow. No, you're fine.
Yes, tag the FBI.
Yeah, he wild.
Okay, so, do y'all Dre, right?
Yeah.
You go by AKA BanYo Dre?
BanYo Dre, yeah.
BanYo Dre. And Austin, you go by Audie BanYo?
Yeah.
Do you just prefer to be called by your also known as names?
Yeah.
Cool.
For sure.
Okay. That's what I'm going to call you then.
For sure.
Yeah. My gosh.
So before we get in the mix of the show, and I do forget, what time are y'all performing tomorrow night?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock?
Yeah.
And it's at Cosmic Charlie's?
Yeah. I got all that down. Okay, so your headphones, go ahead and put those on and see if they're too loud. Adjust your volume if you need to. Good. Okay.
Yo.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Off the Cuff. Adam Banks here with you, Way with Words. Awesome song. And we had the whole musical group in the studio, actually 2 out of the 4 members of the group in the studio. Very excited to have them in the studio. And they're all the way from Mississippi. They are performing at Cosmic Charlie's this Friday here in Lexington. Very happy to be joined by 2 of the group members, BanYo Dre and Audie BanYo. Guys, welcome to the show. Hey. Awesome. So, take us back to the genesis of BanYo. How did this group get created?
You want me to take that or you want to take that? It really came about like in about 2014, late 2014. And I was just like, man, we got to come up with something. We got to hit something. We got to do something. And see, I'm from Mississippi. Some of us from Mississippi. He from South Carolina. Okay. So we met through this community college that we went to in Mississippi. And so the people that was like that know us, we met through mutual friends and stuff. So I was kind of on this venture with Zelly, and then everybody was like, man, you should hit Dre. Like Dre go hard, you know. And I was like, man, you know, whatever.
Dre's okay, yeah.
So then finally, you know, a video surfaced of him just going in, and I was just like, man, gotta rock with dude. So you know, we kind of linked up, and we would go to the studio together. And I just brought him to the studio, showing him how I do my thing, you know what I'm saying, for the first couple of months. Then after that, we just started going in together. So by late 2014, man, we really hit it off. We've been rolling ever since.
So you're from Mississippi. What's it like growing up in Mississippi?
I mean, you know, it's slow. It's different. I mean, Mississippi is, like they say, it's the hospitality state. I mean, everybody show love, you know what I'm saying, somewhat. You know, it's just pretty cool. It's pretty chill. Nothing out of the ordinary, you know. What you see is what you get.
Kind of like here in Kentucky.
I kind of caught that vibe when I came in. You know, I didn't see no Welcome to Kentucky or anything. So, you know,
Wait, you didn't catch the Welcome to Kentucky signs?
I did not.
Oh,
so man. I thought y'all was worse than us. We at least got Welcome to Mississippi. You know. No shade, but
maybe we just want people to like just keep going.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk a little bit more about your music. I've listened to a lot of your songs here, so I want to know more about your musical style. I can't really pinpoint what genre it falls under because it sounds a little like rap, a little R&B. and there's some guitar strings in there too. So how would you guys describe it?
I feel like it's really no box. You know what I'm saying, to put it in. It is what you know what I'm saying, what you get is all sides of it.
Yeah.
That's the reason why we made BanYo, and we feel like that's the perfect, you know what I'm saying, name where we land at with it. And I feel like it's everywhere with it.
I'm going to say, like, we even got, like, our group album is named Genre.
Yep.
Because, like, you know what I'm saying, we do everything.
Yep.
Like, you can't box us in. We everywhere with it. So, no, I mean, you can't just put us in one specific category because we can cover, you know what I'm saying. We got the rock vibe, we got the rap vibe, we got the R&B vibe. But everything is real.
I love it. So is there a certain demographic that you're trying to reach? What's your target crowd?
I mean, if you hear it, like, if you hear my music, you know what I'm saying, and this is just me speaking on me, you hear my music, you probably gonna think like the college kid, you know what I'm saying, the wild, vibrant college kid, you know what I'm saying, like, that's who's probably gonna want to rock with me, just because, you know what I'm saying, like, everything's real, but, like, it's just, like, it puts you in that mood to where, like, you know what I'm saying, you just want to vibe out, you just want to rock out. That's me.
So I always like to ask artists this: who really got you inspired to pick up the mic to begin with? Was there certain artist out there that's in the game today that you look up to and got you started?
I would say, yeah. They're more legendary now. Anything, they probably moving on to more things like owning businesses and stuff like that. But I would say Tupac, Biggie,
yeah,
T.I.
Okay.
T.I. was one of my main influences, Ludacris. And the reason why is because of his freestyling and his underground music. A lot of his underground music was more doper than his music that he had that was on the top, you know what I'm saying? And I gained a lot of ambition for that. And Kanye West. So it's a lot, you know what I'm saying? 3,000, so many. Like,
my first favorite artist is Nelly. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
because,
yeah.
like, I remember, like, one of the first videos, the first album I ever rocked was that Country Grammar.
Yeah.
You know, so, like, you know, and that's something I could really kind of relate myself to, is like a new age version of that somewhat, you know, because he reached everybody. That's what I'm, you know. But I say Nelly and Wayne, though. Wayne, especially Wayne. Because Wayne
too.
Wayne was
Wayne too.
So I'm getting a vibe that nobody likes Drake in here, right?
Oh, well, see, you know what I'm saying? He just wasn't a part of the groundbreaking session for us as artists. You know what I'm saying? Because we was already in that realm where that's what we wanted to do before we even knew about Drake. You know, and Drake been in the game for 10 years, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, we already had our minds made up, like that's what we was trying to do before we ever even heard of Drake. So he wasn't just that inspiration that just made us want to kickstart, but he is like, he one of the top for me.
Okay, I want to know, every artist has a height that they want to reach, and obviously it's the main top, but where do you guys see yourself going with this art? How far is...
Man, this is global, like globally.
Mm-hmm. You want to be on a global level. Do you prefer performing in small venues, or would you like to perform in the bigger ones?
I mean, of course, everybody would like to perform in bigger ones, but I mean, that's what it takes to get there, taking the small touch first. You know what I'm saying? But I prefer the big venues. Like, I feel like they can definitely set out like the tone for us.
If I was a famous performer, I would want to, my dream venue would be to perform in my hometown. Lexington, Rupp Arena. Do you guys have any place that you would one day like to perform at, or a festival that you would like to go and perform at? What's the big arena in Mississippi?
It's really, that's what I'm saying. See, I mean, for me, you gonna have to say, if I'm talking to my area, I'm gonna have to say like the Bancourt South or something. You know what I'm saying? The Bancourt South arena, because that's Tupelo. You know what I'm saying? That's where Elvis from. That's where Ray Shrimmer from. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I had to put on with first. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to give back to my people before I go anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah, in South Carolina, I probably would say Colonial Life Arena.
Yeah.
For the most part. Yeah.
I want to know.
Of America Stadium.
I want to know. Do you guys have any crazy fan interactions? Like any wild fans? Because let me tell you something.
He's itching for a really good story right now.
I am, because I've heard of people like get obsessed with other artists. They'll lick their car, or they'll find something that they touched and they'll go and they'll give it a smooch like a doorknob or anything. So like, I want to know, has there been any like crazy fan interactions that you've had?
I don't know if it's that interesting. You know, I don't think it's that not the ordinary.
Not
but,
yet.
Like, you know, like I have those people that like hit me up. You know what I'm saying? And they'll be like, And this is anywhere from kids to people like my age or something, and they just, you know, they be like, man, bro, like they just be a standard that I respond to them or something. I'm like, bro, like, we all human, you know what I'm saying? But, like, if I'm talking to them over the net or something versus, like, when they finally see me out, oh, man, it's like, I done seen people, like, starstruck and, like say, okay, I'm working during the week, you know what I'm saying? And one of the fans or whatever, he was, like, interviewing at my job or whatever, and I walked through the room just passing through during his orientation, and he was like, bro, oh my God, like, that's Audie BanYo. Like, he put everything on pause, and we are not even thinking about work or getting this job anymore. Like, that's Audie. Like, I want to talk to Audie. I'll come back. And I was like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Let's tone it down. We ain't there yet.
Hey,
that has to feel good,
It does. But I stay level, though. I have to stay level.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I mean, it's a blessing, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? It's normal life because that's what it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta go ahead and start preparing for it now, because if you don't, and when it get there and slap you in the face, you ain't gonna know what to do. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to put nobody on the spot here, but do we have any freestyles that we're gonna do today on the radio live?
Yeah.
I mean, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you the hardest, and this is out the group. This is, if you want to talk just in the game period or whatever, like, that's gonna be your hardest. That's your hardest artist right there. And I've been saying it from the jump though. Like, he the hardest in the camp. You know what I'm saying? And that's just me showing love, but that's just me being real, because that's a real raw rapper right there.
What do you do it with music? Do you like to go no music?
I like to do it with music. You know, I go off the vibe of the music. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the beat tell me.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I go with it. You know.
You like Rick Ross?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rick Ross, the big boss.
Yeah.
I rock with him.
I got some instrumental. Like, if I was to play you some Rick Ross instrumental, can you give me something?
That's cool. I give you a little something, you know. You gotta get that EP coming out soon, you know what I'm talking about? Back to the basics.
Back to the basics.
Okay. Hey, look, chipping on my shoulder, wanted cheese on my Doritos. Early in the morning, I'm up on it, this ain't Ebro.
Okay.
Make it out the hood without a cape, I'm still a hero. She know I'ma take off, no mistake, she won't let me go.
Yeah.
Take it back, you know I wasn't cricket like Debo, just couldn't deal with that bull, could've got hurt like D-Rose. I'm about my green and I'm talking about the CeeLo. They said take my time, I guess they calling me the repo. I guess they understand it, BanYo just take advantage. They say he gotta climb it, you know I'm about to stamp it. Told me speak in the mic, told BanYo do it twice. They asking what I am on the mic, I just tell them nice. They tell me sell like Colonial or William Bryce. That's from Carolina. You know, I just gamble the dice. Ain't talking about my life if they keep asking. Yeah, man, I got drive way more than a Phantom. Yeah, I got mansion trying to make this self my home and take a different adventure one day into a Rome. It's kind of crazy, but I'm in a different zone. They say it's lonely at the top, but they just won't leave me alone.
Okay.
I got a whole lot of passion if they keep on asking. Rampage, we got drive, but we don't think about crashing. And speaking of Ricky Rose, I'm a cop of Ashton. And do this to make them take it off with all the fashion. I'm flashy. Okay, I pass it like I'm Sebastian. They keep on asking how I do it. They just love the passion. BanYo, I told them that from the youngest. Since the young dude, they knew what I'm becoming. Flow is humongous. Yeah. Big toe thumpers. Timberlands on, you would think I'm jumping. You would think I'm stumping. Ain't talking stumping the yard. They asking, do I go hard? I'm telling them, oh my God, it's crazy. Off the mind and it can't faze me. I'm near the moon and I think it can't faze me. I don't think they can find their way out and it amazes me. I take them in parts, that's the amazement.
That boy go all day,
That's just off the top though, you know what I'm saying? Back to the basics on the way. Well, back to the basics out right now. All of that juice, all of it over there.
Let me tell you something. That come across so natural. Literally, it's like you memorized that and read it off a sheet of paper.
Like, I'm starstruck right now. I'm not even gonna lie. I am starstruck right now.
You made fans.
That was amazing.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back after these quick words with BanYo, the musical group. So stick with us after these words. Awesome, guys. So far, yes, that was really, really good.
Really good.
Yeah, you took the flow. I was going to try to utter a little word, but it's all good. Hey, but I was going to tell you, don't swing the chip.
Yeah. I ain't gonna be here.
I couldn't be.
Yeah, I can't see out
I said, I stopped. I said, oh, yeah.
I couldn't say nothing because I'm over here.
No, don't worry. I hear her chair swinging all the time, and I'm like, hey, could you stop?
I held a sneeze one time for an hour because
That's good.
he kept me up down one time.
No way.
I'm just real anal.
He's anal about it, but he puts a good show out, so I don't
Not today,
too.
though. Today was horrible. And before you guys came on, it was just a horrible show because...
No, but I think this saves all of it.
Yeah.
This saves all of it.
Yeah. This is the highlight of the show. Man, that was amazing. I'm not bullshitting. That was
Raw, man. You raw like that.
Yeah.
Raw like that.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
So, we'll come back on here. What's the, if I was to squeeze in a song, what is the best song to play? I've got two pulled up here, queued up. I've got Gunsmoke and I've got Check.
Check.
It's hard incarnation. You done caught the place on fire, man. Yes. I'm sorry, he only told me that 3 were coming, but there is another one here. This is the one I'm talking about all the time. I try to mimic that noise that first started on this commercial, and he always looks at me like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, a commercial that plays every time we're on air.
So, is this y'all's first time to Lexington?
Yep.
First time in Kentucky.
So, you guys going out after the performance on Friday?
I'm going out tonight too.
Oh, tonight.
Definitely gonna check out Thursday Night Live.
Is Thursday night also going?
Insurance
It should be.
life without working a second
It
job.
is.
It's close to ending though. Yeah.
Is it close to ending?
Yes, it's definitely close.
I knew it was soon.
No matter what.
I'll come into Gunsmoke, just enter it into the segment, and then I'll play those.
Yeah, Gunsmoke is.
To learn more,
I like Gunsmoke.
or call 276-3244.
It's hard.
Straight out the 50 dealer. I'm gonna strip the quarter up to a milli. Fair warning, you don't want to.
Welcome back, everybody, to Off the Cuff. Adam Banks here with you, here with BanYo. We just heard some amazing freestyling in here. Amber is starstruck. Amber is starstruck.
Guys, that don't happen often either.
It don't. What's your favorite thing about performing live?
Ooh, I would say the interactions of the people. New people that listen to your sound and determine whether they rock with it or not from that point in. There's like 10 seconds inside a song, you'll know if you kind of rocking with the vibe or if you just trying to figure out what they're about. You know what I'm saying? So basically to see the reaction.
Yeah, it's just a different atmosphere, man. It's like when you doing like what you love doing the most, it's like, you know what I'm saying, it's heaven on earth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's hard to beat because like I get so lost in it to where like I done been in front of crowds that I wouldn't probably like, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't fitting. Mm-hmm. But like when you get lost in like doing what you love and stuff, like I wasn't even tuned into them. Like I'm just so like in love with what I'm doing. Like you gonna catch this vibe or not? It's fine.
Yeah. Well, Cosmic Charlie's is I'm urging everybody to go out and watch you guys this Friday. So give us some more information. How can we get tickets? And give the listeners any information on how they can connect with you guys on social media.
You can get the tickets at the door. Tickets $5. You know what I'm saying? We ain't ask for much. We just ask for you to come out and have a good time. Come out and rock. On the socials, IG, Instagram, you can catch me, Audi BanYo, AUDIBANYO. Oh, I'm sorry, AUDI_BANYO on Instagram. And our group page is BanYo Music Group, straight through, BANYO Music Group.
Mm-hmm. And you can catch me on IG and Twitter at BanYo_DRE. BanYo Dre.
Audie BanYo, I love it. Audie BanYo, Dre BanYo.
BanYo Dre.
Hey, BanYo Dre. Amazing. All right, well, we're going to close the show out with, is this your new song? Is this the newest song that you got out? Check.
Yeah, it's my single off the EP.
Yeah, that's
Back
Dre.
to the basics. Yeah.
That's Dre.
Ooh, and we're going to be able to hear this Friday, too, when you perform.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Right.
Off top.
Appreciate you guys coming to the studio.
Appreciate you having us.
Yeah, it was awesome. Really enjoyed it.
Thanks.
Go out and check them out this Friday. Cosmic Charlie's, ladies and gentlemen. Here they are with their new single, Check. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, man, appreciate y'all having us. Man.
It was yeah, I just got thrown off my game with the technical difficulties.
I know.
Yeah.
You did a good job, though.
Hey,
You
that was
handled it,
awesome,
though.
man.
Oh, appreciate it.
Good.
But I'm a fan, so I will connect with you on social media, and anytime you guys are in town, you're more than welcome to come back and
Most definitely.
promote here, because when you're famous, I don't want you to be going over to the radio stations.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring you with us.
Make a rock though. We're gonna make a rock for real.
Yeah, come back.
For real.
Seriously.
It won't
That's
be
gonna be
long,
the
though.
scare. We're gonna really surprise you when you pop up.
Hey, it's not going to be surprising.
It's really
gonna pop up.
perfect timing that we came through here right now though, cause it ain't gonna be 2020 is up.
Yeah.
Like for real, like before 2020 expired, and probably even halfway through it, it's up.
Let me tell you something. Do you ever hear about the law of attraction? Like speaking things into existence?
Yeah, we live on that.
Me too, man. And it works. I'm telling you. I used to tell myself all the time, I'm going to be on the radio, I'm going to be on the radio. And then not only am I on the radio, but like I do TV too. So like it's just like you just got to speak.
Yeah.
You gotta see it.
Yeah.
You gotta want something to happen.
Yeah.
You gotta know what you're looking for.
You got to know what you're looking for.
Yeah. It ain't gonna fall in your lap.
No.
We worked really hard.
You'll catch something, but it might not be what you're looking
And
for.
I think that's what people don't understand is like how much of yourself you put into something.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
I appreciate the love that you all have for each other because I feel like that's something a lot of people don't. You don't want to support each other because everybody wants to be the shining star, and it just it's what we tell people all the time about us. The show is ours, but Adam leads it. He leads it. I have no problem with that.
Right.
But a lot of people do. So the fact that you all love, appreciate, and respect each other, like I don't know if y'all seen me tell him, but I was like, they remind me of us.
Right.
Y'all remind
Right.
So
You a team, but you a family first.
Yeah.
exactly.
Right.
I like that.
Yeah. Everybody texts me about it, so it was on the radio.
That's what's up.
Good.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
Good. Well, I see a shit ton of stuff going on over here. I don't know what's going on.
No. Let's see if we got any questions for y'all.
You know, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, bro. I got y'all.
That gun smoke is the truth.
Somebody said I really want to meet Amber.
Look. Now, how long do you all think we've known each other?
You would think a long
Yeah,
time.
childhood.
Like
childhood.
Second grade.
Second grade.
I can see that, dog.
Childhood. Yeah.
You wouldn't believe the shit we've done together. We've been on Jerry Springer together.
Yeah. Not as good.
Y'all be the girl.
Not as good. But it's like,
I was about to go find it.
I see his big ass head. Just swear to God, there's Jerry Springer and there's Adam's big old head right there. See, and it was a too hot for TV, so you know it's a good time.
it wasn't even aired on TV. It was so wrong.
I know that was tough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's when you had to be there.
When we were 17, no, we were 20. 20, I think.
When
we went to LA for the first time.
No, we were not. I was 19.
Okay, 19.
Yeah.
We were young and got on an airplane and
We went to LA.
And
LA, yeah.
we went to Jimmy Kimmel because we love going
To talk shows. Just like,
I mean, that's why we do
It paid the way though.
yeah.
He done fell in this girl's lap, and I thought her boyfriend was going to jump up and kill you.
Jimmy Kimmel even asked me if I was
Yeah. Well, it was Jimmy Kimmel and Al Sharpton. They were both sitting there, and they were like, "Are y'all okay?" And we were like, "We good, we good."
I just failed. Sorry.
That's funny. That's funny.
You were best in the
That's the
being
role being
alive.
paid. That's right.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, dude. So, but yeah, I really do like what you guys got going on.
You'll definitely see us tomorrow night. We'll be
Is this
there.
playing now on the radio?
Yeah, this playing on the
Okay,
radio.
because everybody talking about it.
Yeah, okay, it should be. It should be. I don't know what's going on the radio
Yeah,
right now.
they asked me about it, so.
I'm glad that it went
It's been a
out.
wild day, huh?
It has been, and I'm very anal. Like if things don't go the way I want it, like it messes up everything for me. Yeah. So, and it wasn't the first 30 minutes, but when you guys came in, everything was working.
Yeah, everything went.
So, you guys
Brought
were.
them good vibes.
Yeah, everything started working.
God knew we needed you to freestyle.
Yeah.
That was the saving grace.
That's what it was. No, this dope though. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah, thank y'all for real.
We'll be back.
Real, man.
Oh,
Really
y'all
feel the love.
fun.
Can't wait till tomorrow night.
And when they blow up,
Turn up.
we come in here.
Yeah, we coming back.
I'm holding you to that.
I promise. We coming back. We're gonna find a
We
way.
got some promotional material.
Yep.
Yeah, we finna go crazy.
I would go. Oh, yes.
That's my song right there.
I would think you came. I mean,
Yeah.
last week the fire alarm did go off, so I really thought
Yeah, last week was on the radio. The fire alarm went off.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, it was like it's just all about how you react to it live because
Right.
anything happens when you're live. So
Right.
it's just how about you react
Make
to
fun
it.
out of it.
Yeah, you just like hopefully we don't burn up in here.
We're gonna finish the show.
While the building on fire, y'all gotta keep it going.
So much on.
Yeah, y'all gotta stay in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to come out Friday. So
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I will be there. I'm going to come up. Y'all probably act like they don't remember me when I come.
No, you know I got you. You know I
We
got you.
turning up.
So low.
We turning up.
We got that
turning all
time
the
in
way up.
between songs and
Oh,
everything,
yeah,
so we get shout outs.
we can Uber from the house.
Yeah.
So next to bring them up, if y'all bring them up and let them say something, man.
Y'all
We got a whole 2 hour set.
Y'all
we
want
want
to
to
get up
say
there
it
and sing?
Yeah,
I will.
yeah.
I will, man.
So don't be surprised if we, you know what I'm saying, if they call you up. Like,
Ain't no such thing as putting you on the spot, cause you do it for a living.
Dude, hey, I put y'all on the spot with freestyle. Now don't ask me to freestyle. I mean, I'll try something.
Hey, just do like me, get them like the hook.
all right, y'all, yeah. She's obviously the best one.
This is the karaoke segment of the
Yeah, you'll be a good
I am the karaoke queen.
No.
Clarence Carter stroking.
No.
Oh, you gonna turn it up?
You know what's up.
Turn it up.
You know what's up. Or the Humpty Dance. Either or. The Humpty Dance. Clarence Carter.
You call for a good time,
Yeah.
man. That's what's up.
Yeah.
We'll have a good time tomorrow.
Y'all go out. We've only got like one bar, like dance-ish bar that's decent in Lexington.
Hugo's.
Hugo's.
Yeah.
Hugo's is pretty chill.
You know, I like to dance.
Bell's is really nice if you want to go get a nice cocktail.
Yeah, they got the
Bell's.
rooftop park.
Yeah. Bell's is chill.
That is nice, that rooftop.
Yeah,
You can see the sky.
Yeah.
What little we have, but you can see it.
Yeah. We from South Carolina, so we already know. You'll get my
In Mississippi, try being in Mississippi, yo. Try being in Mississippi.
Rooftop, all you see is trees.
Real talk. You have your ass to get to the roof.
Yeah.
You gotta look out the window.
Today's the fire. That big ass fire in Mercer County. Apparently you can see it from the skyline.
Oh,
Like you
man.
hear it. Yeah. There's always some crazy shit going on around here.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank y'all again, man.
Yeah.
Really.
Hey, man, it was really nice meeting y'all.
Y'all got me laughing, man. I had a good time.
Hey, I'm gonna follow all y'all.
When I heard his voice when I came in, I knew it was
Yeah, man. Appreciate it, man.
Yes.
Glad to be here.
That was like you turned on the air conditioner.
Oh.
Yes, you will be there. I'm a hugger. I'm so sorry.
No problem at all.
So,
Yes.
we gotta hit the casino up, man.
I will. You know I'm down. Just let me know when you want to go. Yeah.
Never seen that up close.
I'm down.
We're down.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Y'all be careful.
All right, man.
Especially pulling out of here, be careful. Because people use it sometimes as a way. So be careful when you're pulling out of here. Y'all be good. We'll see you tomorrow night.